Good morning. This is the platform of Gyan Sagar Civil Academy. Earlier we have discussed about human development. In that series, today we will continue human development indicators. What are the indicators of human development? So human development indicators, first of all we have to know about gross domestic product, gross national product, per capita income. So earlier these GNP, GDP, per capita income, etc. were the major indicators used for estimation of a living standard of a country. But with passage of time, these indicators has been replaced by human development indicators. So nowadays, most common human development indicators are like Human Development Index and HDI, Gender Inequality Index, GII, Poverty, Multidimensional Poverty Index, and uh, Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index. So these are the most common human development indicators. Earlier, most of the times we have estimated human development in terms of economic growth, economic development. So first of all, we will discuss about certain indicators related to the economic development. First one is ec- net economic welfare. New net economic welfare. What is the new net economic welfare? This is also a part of human development indicators. So under new net economic welfare, we estimating the development of person where national income of a country is added with the non-market activities, just like work of the house use, expenditure made on welfare work, simultaneously subtracting the values of regrettable necessities, just like the pollution and congestion, etc. So, what is the net economic welfare? GNI, gross national income, is aided by value of house use services, value of house views services plus value of value of leisure. So under net economic welfare, we summation gross national income with value of house use services and value of leisure, and we subtracting from these values expenditure on civil administration and defense, expenditure on civil administration and military and defense, cost of environmental degradation, cost of environmental degradation. Further, also subtracting from these values cost of environmental degradation. Here we find we including market as well as non-market activities. Values of market and non-market activities. This is the market activities. Value of house lease and value of leisure. These are the non-market activities. Next point, we subtracting from these value expenditure made on civil administration and defense as well as cost of environmental degradation. So we can write here we calculate, here we calculate the value of non-market activities, market activities with national income and subtracting the regrettable necessities. The regrettable necessities. Necessities means regrettable necessities, environmental pollution, environmental degradation, and losses with the uses of materials. So with the use of materials, we lost the environment and we harm the environment. So these are subtracted from this value. So it is most important indicator, and that I have mentioned here. Next common is real per capita income. Next one is real per capita income. What is the real per capita income? Real per capita income is regarded as the indicator for standard of living. So we can write here, what is the real per capita income? It is regarded as the indicator for standard of living. So it is indicator for standard of living. Therefore it is also used, but it has some negative aspects, that it is not factory index. So here we can write also, it is not satisfactory index. Why it is not satisfactory index? Real per capita index या income, real per capita income is also a measure that used for the assessment of human development of any country, of any community. But it is not a most satisfactory index. Why? Because of it is the here we not including here we including, we can say here we includes the negative regrettable aspects and sin goods, etc. Because the real per capita income is just like we can write real per capita income. Real per capita income is equal to national income of a country divided by total population. National income divided by the total population. So here it is the composition of variants of goods and services. National income is the value of produced goods and services. So here we are not excluding the regrettable aspects, sin goods just like the cigarettes, tobacco, and etc., alcohol and liquor. Those are the harmful for the human development. These are the antagonist to the human development. These are the against. So negative aspects are also included due to that. Next point, we can also write here, it hides inequality. Why we are not using per capita income as a measure for national income? Because it hides inequality. Uh, it is the average of income of a person in a country. There might be some peoples and some citizens and residents possessing all the resources of the country, all the incomes of the country, and most of the populations of a country are surviving under BPL. So there might be some conditions. So it does not depicts the inequality in a society. Due to that, we are not considering that. It left the psychological and social aspect. It also it also left aside the psycho social aspect. Psychosocial aspect means the options and opportunities that required to build the personality. People's aspirations are fulfilled or not. The social and cultural values and norms, whether they are helpful in the matter of human development or not. So such of aspects just like the exclusion and inclusion of the society, discrimination and the parity whether exist or not. Such of aspects are not included here due to that this is not the satisfactory I have mentioned here. So real per capita income it is not satisfactory. After that, third one is came into existence, that is the fiscal quality index. Fiscal quality life index. So now we are moving to physical quality of life index. It was given by the Morris Davis Morris in 1970. So next one is most important and peculiar measure for estimation of the national income, fiscal quality of life index. So write down. Third one is physical quality of life index. Physical quality of life index. This assesses the values of the human development. While earlier measures just like the per capita income and GNP and GDP, they left out the quality of the life. They are not considering the values of quality of life. While under fiscal quality of life, we are estimating the values of human in terms of literacy, health, and other things. So, fiscal quality of life index is the first index that are most eminent and most relevant with the human development. It was given by, so here we can write here, it was given by Morris Morris Davis Morris in 1970. Fiscal quality of life index was given by Morris Davis Morris, here developed by Morris Davis Morris in 1970. This index consists of its components, where you can write here its components. What are the major components of fiscal quality of life? First of all, infant mortality rate. First one is related with infant mortality rate, basic literacy rate, and next one is life expectancy at age 1. So one time a question was asked in a civil exams, who's given the concept of physical quality of life? So it was the Morris Davis Morris. Next question, please arrange, just like a question was asked, arrange the sequence of different human development indices in a chronological manner. So just like physical quality of life, happiness index, and human development index. So you have to not know about the years, but you have to know about the sequence. Which index was given first, after that which index was popularized, and was most common and most important index. So out of that, it is also one of the most common and most popular index because it was the primary steps, and it was the prima facie that given by the Morris Davis males. So under it, we write here the component infant mortality rate. First one is infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate, basic literacy rate, basic literacy rate. Next one is life expectancy and life expectancy at age 1. At age 1. Life expectancy at age 1. Infant mortality rate means the newborn children. What is the rate of death of newborn children till the age of 1? Till the age of 1. Infant means the baby which reached up to the age of 1, up to age of first. So what is the percentage of death rate of such babies who are not able to celebrate the first birthday? So these are the infant. So infant mortality rate means number of infant death per 1000 birth. Number of infant per 1000 birth. Next one is basic literacy rate. What is the literacy? Means how many populations, how many persons are able to read and write and know basic numeracy in any community, in any society. That is the basic literacy rate. Life expectancy at age 1. What is the longevity? What is the sustainability of a community since the age of 1? How much life span for a specific community? It is calculated from age 1. Next one is, so the physical quality of life index. It is the most important index, and it is the alternative to the economic growth, just like the GDP and GNP, and it focus on real life. It focus on qualitative and sustainable life. So it is better than better than GDP and per capita. So fourth one is Human Development Index. Human Development Index. What is the Human Development Index? The human development concept was given by the Mahbubul Haq in association of Professor Amartya Kumar Sen, a Nobel laureate, and another one is Ing Cole. Another one is Ing Cole. In 1990, Mahbubul Haq, a Pakistani research scholar, and along with his friend Amartya Sen, have propounded a concept known as the human development. They given a measure for the human development indicators known as the human development index. It was adopted by the UNDP and started to publish this index since 1990. So human development index was given by, we can say here, HDI. Most common word is HDI for human development. So human development index, HDI index, is given by Mahbubul Haq. So right here, human development index is given by Mahbubul Haq. In association of Professor Amritya Sen and Ing Cole. Amritya Sen and Ingersoll. So all these are involved in this concept and in generation of the index. Next one. In 1990, in 1990, first Human Development Index was published by UNDP. In 1990, first Human Development Index was published by UNDP. So who given the concept of human development? Who pervades the idea of the human development? Mahbubul Haq along with Amartya Sen and Ingersoll. Human Development Index was published first in 1990. It was published by UNDP in a report known as United Nations Development Programs. A report name is Human Development Report. Human Development Report. So in 1990, UNDP, United Nations Development Program, has published first Human Development Report. First Human Development Report. In 1990, UNDP has published first Human Development Report, where all the information related to the Human Development Index was described in a detailed manner. Next one is, so first Human Development Report was published by UNDP in 1990. It is also important question. Next one is Human Development Index and its dimensions. So Human Development Index is consist on 3 dimensions. Later these dimensions are divided into several indicators, and each indicator has given minimum and the maximum values. These values are estimated in a normalized manner for generating the index of each indicators. Later these indicators, the index of each indicators are summarized in a geometric mean. So now we will discuss about that. Human Development Index consists on 3 dimensions. So I write here dimension. These dimensions are further divided into indicators. So I can write here indicators. These indicators has given a particular value, minimum value and is the maximum value. Values minimum and maximum value. So indices, yani indices of these indicators. First of all, health. First dimension is health. Health means what are the conditions of the people's longevity? What are the expected life of peoples? So its indicator is life expectancy at birth. So before health we have to write life expectancy at birth. Life expectancy at birth. This is the indicator of health. So it indicates the health condition of a country. What are the major health challenges faced by any country, whether they are able to fight these or not. So the long life and longevity of a person is demarcated, they are decided by the health. So life expectancy at birth. Means since birth, how much a person is sustaining, what is the age span, yeah, what how much a life span of a person, that is the life expectancy at birth. Its minimum value is 20 years, minimum value is 20 years, maximum value is 85. Here we find life expectancy index. So here we get life expectancy index. First of all, we prepare the index of indicators. Then from these indicators of these indices of indicators, we generate the index of dimensions. Next one is knowledge and education. So second one is knowledge and education. Knowledge and education is divided into two indicators. Mean year of schooling. First indicator is mean year of schooling. Means mean year of schooling of a person and expected year of schooling. Expected year of schooling. Mean year of schooling means for those person who are the adult. Mean year of schooling means the persons who's attained the age of 25 and above, how much schools, how much years they are attend the school, how much education they got. It is the adult age, it talks about the adult education. The person who attained the age of 25 and above, how much education they attend. So that is the mean year of schooling. The person who attained the age of 25 and older, how much education he has attained in the lifetime. Next one is expected year of schooling. It talks about less than 25 years of age. The children whose are at the entry, at the level of school entry level, the children whose are entry level, school entry level, how much years they attend the education. So it calculates the children of those who are less than 25 years. My means it talks about the entry age level children's, entry school entry level age of children. So the children who does not attain the age of 25, they are below the 25, and how much days, how much years they are able to get the education. So it is the estimation of education for those children who are not cross the age of 25. They are below the 25. So it is related with the children. It is related with the adults. Next one. Here minimum value is 0. Here maximum value is 15 years. 15 years. Next one is expected year of schooling. Here minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 18 years. First of all, we get the mean year of schooling. So here we write mean year of schooling index, expected year of schooling index. After that, from those values, we will get the education index. Education index. Next one is standard of living. Third one is standard of living. The standard of living is estimated in terms of gross national income per capita. Per capita gross national income of the citizen. So standard of living is estimated. Its indicator is gross national national income per capita. So per capita income. So per capita gross national income of a citizen of a country, it is adjusted at triple P in US dollar. So it is adjusted in purchasing power parity in triple dollar in US dollar. Why we are not using the GDP? GDP per capita. Why? Because GDP is the estimation of a territory, not the resident and the citizen. GDP is the estimation of income of a territory of a region. In this region, maybe the reside the foreigner, maybe like the normal resident of the country and the foreigner. Therefore, we are earlier it was used the GDP. Earlier means before 2010. Here we using the GDP, but nowadays it used GNP. Why? Because under gross national income, we are estimating the income of the resident of a country. We are estimating the income of the citizen of the country. This citizen may live inside the country, may work abroad. So it is the true estimation of a citizen point of view. So per capita gross national income of a country is adjusted at purchasing power parity in term of US dollar. Here minimum value is $100 and maximum value is $75,000. We get the index known as GNI index. GNI index. How we can normalize the values of these indices? So systematically we will discuss and describe all about that. So dimension index we can write here. Dimension index means actual value subtracted from minimum value divided by maximum value and subtracting the minimum value. How we get the health and life expectancy index? This is the life expectancy index. So we are putting here life expectancy index. How we get the value of life expectancy index? Suppose that India actual value of life expectancy of India is 72 years. Suppose that India's actual value of life expectancy is 72 years. It is clear. Next one is a minimum value. Here minimum value is 20 years. So we put here 20 years. Next one is maximum value. Here maximum value is 85. We put here 85. Then we subtracting the minimum value. We put here minimum value 20 years. Whatever we will get here, it is the life expectancy index of India. It is the life expectancy index of India, means health index. So from that what we get? The health index. Now it is clear. With the actual value of India यानी the life span of India is 72 years. The expected life of a person is approximately in India 72 years. How much long a person can live in India? The average lifespan of an Indian is 72 years. The average expected lifespan of an Indian is approximately 72 years according to the HDI 2025. 2025 India's lifespan was, expected life expectancy of India was 72 years. Now we are moving to other things. So it is clear, I think. First of all, I will try to describe about these indicators. One is the health. So this dimension is assessed through two indicators. Mine is first of all we have to know about the health. This has a single indicator, life expectancy at birth. It shows how much a person is expected to live in a country. It means the livelihood, the quality of life is judged on that basis. Next point, knowledge and education. Knowledge or education. So under this dimension, it is divided into two indicators: mean year of schooling, that is here, and expected year of schooling. In mean year of schooling, the adult aged person, how much education they get, how much education is taken by the adults in a country. So the person who are 25 and older, how much education is attained. So here we can write how much education is attained by adults, adults 25 years and older in a country. This is the mean year of schooling. How much education, how much year, how much days education is attained by adults 25 and older in a country. This is the mean year of schooling. What is the expected year of schooling? School entry age children. This is the school entry age children. This talk about the school entry age children. Mine is how much education, how much year education is attained by the school entry age children below 25. So here we can write here how much years education is attained by school entry children I below 25. School entry children is below 25 in a country. This is the expected year of schooling. Next one is standard of living, gross national income per capita. So per capita gross national income of the resident of citizen is adjusted at purchasing power parity in terms of dollar. So it is the indications of standard of living. It's the indications of prosperity of the citizen of a country. How much peoples are getting options to sustain a better and valuable life, quality life. So it can be just through the per capita income. So here standard of living it shows through the per capita income based on triple P. Next one is first in dimensions I have get here. So life expectancy index I put here. Next one is uh, Next indicator is, suppose that mean year of schooling, mean year of schooling index. What will be the mean year of schooling index? Just I wrote here actual value. So actual value of a country, suppose that 13 in case of India, like that. So 13 minus 0. Here minimum value is 0. Minimum value in both cases is 0. So minimum value is 0. Here maximum value is 15 and minimum value is 0. So we can write this value here 13 into 15. It means it is useless. 0 is useless. Okay. So it means, in other words, we can write here the mean year of schooling index, in other way, mean year of schooling index as here mean year of schooling divided by 15, divided by 15. Next one is, what is the expected year of schooling? Expected year of schooling index. Expected year of schooling index, in a similar fashion, similar manner, we also put here expected year of schooling divided by 18, because here we are getting the 0 minimum value is not required. So here we put here 18. So what will be the education index? Suppose that this is the education index. Under education index, we are putting here mean year of schooling index, and it added with expected year of schooling index divided by the 2. So education index is the arithmetic means of mean year of schooling index and expected year of schooling index. What is the education index? It is the arithmetic means of mean year of schooling index and expected year of schooling index. So we get here education index. Next one is I think standard of life, यानी कि gross national income. Next one is gross national income. So here gross national income per capita index. How you can draw? Suppose that India's per capita income according to UNDP is 9,046. 9,046 in terms of dollar. Minimum value is 100. Here maximum value is 75,000. Minus minimum value 100. So for India, gross national income index will be that value. Suppose that India's per capita gross national income adjusted at purchasing power parity in terms of US dollar is 9,046. India's per capita GNI is 9,046. This is the actual value of India's per capita income. Here we subtracted minimum value. Here the maximum value, or subtracting the minimum value. So this index shows the gross national per capita index of India. So how we get the the HDI? So HDI, the normalization of all three dimensions. Normalizations of all three dimensions. But actually it is not obtained from that value. It is normalized through the logs. So here we also put here logs and like that. So these values not the actual and true methods, but I have put here the frame. So through the logs and like that it can be normalized. Next one is a calculation of HDI. How we can calculate the HDI? Calculation of HDI. How we can calculate the HDI? So HDI is the geometric means of three dimensions. What is the HDI? HDI is the geometric means of three dimensions. Suppose that HDI equal life expectancy index, life expectancy index multiplied by education index, education index, then multiplied by the gross national per capita income index. So short form value here put it. So what is the HDI? HDI is the normalized values. HDI is the normalized values of different indicators that are calculated through the geometric means. We can write here HDI is the normalized values of different indicators that are calculated through the geometric means of three dimensions. So HDI is the geometric means of all three indices of different three dimensions. Next one is, what will be the HDI of India? HDI of India. India ranks 130 in 2025. So HDI rank of India is HDI rank of India is 130 out of 193 countries in 2025. So 25 Human Development Report, 2025 Human Development Report. So this is the rank of India. And what is the score of India? It is the value of India, score of India 0.685. 0.685. And India commander medium. Next point, one thing I have also to know about that. Each dimension is normalized to a range of 0 to 1. So one have to I also know here, each dimensions are normalized 0 to 1. 0 to 1 value. Here 0 means lowest possible value. 0 means lowest possible score या worst performance. 1 means highest possible value. That is best performance. It means HDI index always ranges 0 to 1. It cannot be below the 0, means in term of minus. It cannot be below the 0 means in term of minus. Next one, it cannot be above the 1. So it remain always from 0 to 1. Next point, lowest possible value. 0 means lowest possible value, worst performance. And 1 represent highest possible value, that is best performance. So next one is UNDP classification of countries. Next one is UNDP classification of countries. UNDP classification of countries. United Nations Development Program have classified countries on the basis of different scores. So it classified the countries into four groups. Four groups. So we can write here UNDP, United Nations Development Program, has classified countries into four groups. First one is low human development, low human development, medium human development countries. Third one is high human development countries. Fourth one is very high human development countries. Fourth one is high development countries. So what are the HDI? HDI of these countries, low human development index, its HDI will be less than 0.55, and medium human development index from 0.55 to 0.699. India come under medium human development countries. Third one is high human development countries, 0.700 to 0.799. Next one is very high human development countries, 0.800 and equal and more than that. So UNDP, United Nations Development Program, has been classified the countries into four groups based on HDI. Based on HDI score. Based on HDI score, world has been classified into four groups. First one is low human development score countries. Next one is medium human development countries. Third one is high human development countries. Fourth one is very high human development countries. Under the low human development countries, its score is 0.440. My means, in other words, we can say 0.00 to 0.550. In other words, because it can't cross the limit of 0, it will always remain above the 0, 0 or above the 0. So the low human development countries rank in this. Next one is medium human development countries. It exists in between 0.550 to 0.699. India come under medium human development countries. High human development countries, it exists between HDI score of 0.700 to 0.799. While very high human development countries, its HDI score range is 0.088 or above that. 0.088, 0.800, 0.0800 or more than that. So either it is equal to 0.800 or more than 0.800. Next point. Next question is, so write down note. Human Development Index is related with Sustainable Development Goal or not? A question is asked in exam, I think. Human Development Index is related, is par with the Sustainable Development Goal or not? The question, whether Human Development Index and Sustainable Development Goal both are same or different? So both are different, but they are related or not? Yes, both are related. How? Because under Sustainable Development Goal, we have 17 goals, just like the health, poverty, health, education, sanitation, work, etc. So, hunger. So, in HDI, several indicators of several goals of Sustainable Development Goal is included in HDI. Therefore, both are little bit similar. Next question is our next question is Human Development Index is perfect measure of human development or not? Is Human Development Index is a perfect measure of human development or not? No, it is not a perfect measure. Its answer will be no. It is not a perfect measure of human development. Why? Because in human development, we just includes three dimensions: health, education, and standard of life, that is per capita income. But in human development, we includes more than that. Human development, it is the measure. It talks about the physical development. So we can write here. It talks about the physical development. It talks about the cognitive development, your cognitions, your learning. It talks about the socio psychological development. Social development, and there must have the freedom and the opportunities to the people to sustain, to follow their social norms and values. People must have the option to develop their personalities. So psychological, mine is to feel euphoric, like the condition must be there. So development of the emotions, development of the personalities must be included. So here in human development, we find the physical development, learning, education, health, psychological development, social development, all inbuilt inside the human development. While in human development index, we just include three dimensions. One is the health, education, and standard of life, that is per capita income. So now we will move toward the human development involves multi-dimensional approach. Human development involves multi-dimensional approach. So we can write here approaches of human development. HDI consists on three dimensions only, while human development consists on multi-dimensional approach. Yeah, it is the process of multi-dimensions. So multi-dimensional processes of human development is just like we can write here physical growth, yeah, physical development, physical growth, yeah, physical development, development of the physics, development of the body, development of the physiognomy come under the physical growth. So for the development of the physical growth, it required the nutrition, it required the proteins. So first of all, physical growth. To develop and boost the health It will come under the physical growth and physical. To meet out the nutrition, sufficient nutrition, people's requirements related to the food intakes and nutrition must be fulfilled. Come under the physical growth. Next one is cognitive development. Cognitive growth, development, and learning. So through the education, through the skilling, through generating the analytical ability, changes in learning, through the memory, people can enhance to develop the cognitive ability. Through the learning processes, through the education, through the skilling, such things can be possible here. So we can write here changes in learning, memory, and thinking. Changes in memory, learning, thinking, and analytical ability. We will attain the cognition, cognitive growth. Next one is psychosocial development. Next one is psychosocial development of an individual. Emotions means to keep the emotion, to keep the response and importance to the emotions of an individual. Must recognize and given the affiliation to the emotions. Must given the affiliation and opinion, affiliation to the opinion of the peoples. People must have options and choices to develop its personalities. So develop the personality is also come under the human development. Social norms and values, culture must be protected and preserved. Freedom must be given to each and every individual that protect their social norms and values. Freedom must be enshrined in such a manner that people feel free to practice any religion, any custom, any culture. So these will come under the human development. While under the SDI, we just including the 3 dimension. Here, health also included, education included, but these aspects are not included here. So it is not too much broad compared to that. Next point is UNDP. What is the UNDP? So I think these are the crystal clear. If any topics are not clear, so students can directly ask question in comment side, and directly you have 2 options. Then in the next class I will describe very elaborately of such questions. So now we are going toward the UNDP, United Nations Development Program. What is the UNDP? United Nations Development Program. It was established in 1965. It was established in 1965. It's come under the UN, United Nations. It is an agency of United Nations. Its headquarters is located in New York. Its headquarters is located in New York. Next one is UNDP published a report known as the United Nations and known as the Human Development Report. So we can write here UNDP published a report known as the Human Development Report since 1990. So we can write here UNDP published Human Development Report, Human Development Report since 1990, under which it published following indices. United Nations Development Program, it is an agency of UN, United Nations. It established in 1965. Its headquarters in New York. So it is published first Human Development Report in 1991. In 1990, 1990. In this report, since that it published several indices. So indices, following indices that are published under United Nations under Human Development Report is, first one is year, that I can here write the years. First report is Human Development Index. Human Development Index, that I have discussed in a very detail. So first of all is Human Development Report, that I have discussed here. Next one is Inequality Adjusted. Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index. Next one is Multidimensional Poverty Index. Poverty Index. Fourth one is Gender Inequality Index. Next one is Gender Development Index. Gender Development Index. Gender Development Index. Next one is Gender Social Norms Index. Gender Social Norms Index. Seventh one is Planetary Pressure. Seventh one is Planetary Pressure Adjusted Human Development Index. First one is Human Development Index. It was published by the UNDP in Human Development Report. When it was published? In 1990, 1990 में. Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index, Multidimensional Poverty Index, Gender Inequality Index. These three indices are published since 2010. Next one is Gender Development Index. It was started in 2014. Gender Social Norms Index and Planetary Pressure Adjusted Human Development Index. Planetary Pressure Adjusted Human Development Index. Both are started since 2020. Next one is Human Development Poverty. One was a Human Poverty Index. So here we can write here Human Poverty Index. It was started in 1997. but replaced by multi-poverty index since 2010. So under Human Development Report, under this report, all these indices are published. Under Human Development Report, all these indices are published, and the year of starting I have mentioned before that. And one index I think so was Human Poverty Index. It was started in 1997, later replaced by the Multidimensional Poverty Index 2010. So Human Development Index started since 1990. Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index, Multidimensional Poverty Index, Gender Inequality Index. These three indices are published since 2010. Gender Development Index started since 2014. Gender Social Norm Index started since 2020. Planetary Pressure Adjusted Index, Human Development Index also started in 2020. So now we will discuss about all these three, all two. And in the next class, I will try to explain all these three important indices. Those are started in 2010. So what was the Gender Social Norm Index? Gender Social Norm Index. What is the Gender Social Norm Index? This index measures people's attitudes and behavior in a society against the women. How much recognitions and affiliations is given to the women in any specific society? What are the social norms that prevail in a society is the is cause for the inequality between the male and female? So how much inequality exists in any society, whether its cause is related with the social norms that practiced in any society? So such of aspect is measured here. Gender Social Norms Index. Ki how and what is the methods applied, what are the practices in a society against the women, whether they are treating the women in a better manner or not, or they are giving the importance to the women or not. So such type of the social and moral values, those are degrading the human, degrading the women's values and women's status in a society. So is measured under Gender Social Norm Index. Another one is the Planetary Pressure Adjusted Human Development Index. What is the Planetary Pressure Adjusted Human Development Index? So under Planetary Pressure Adjusted Human Development Index, it is estimated the Human Development Index in terms of carbon emission, in terms of material use, in terms of the carbon footprint. So the Human Development Index is measured based on the climatic changes. How much climatic changes are influenced and affected by a country in the context of human development. So it is estimated, it is measured and adjusted. The planetary pressure means carbon emission, footprints and material used in a country is also calculated whenever they estimate the Human Development Index. In the next class, we will discuss about the inequality adjusted human development, then gender inequality index, and like that. So now we want to close here. Okay, bye. All the best.